about our fourth full day labor, maybe 5. We're not quite done with one side yet. It's a lot of work. We're getting where we can make designs though as we peel the paint off. Dinosaurs. I don't know if you can see that, but got to make some kind of entertainment out of it. So halfway done for sure. It's still scraping. A lot of fiberglass has come off with that gel coat. Probably real blisters. Stuff like this. So I'm going to fiberglass like I did here. Someone told me you can't do it upside down, which is it's just hard, that's all. So I'm going to try to do a bunch. See if we can't improve the strength of the boat along with repairing. I tried to scrape where the resin hit the fiberglass, and it's just making a nice smooth new gel coat, which I'll have under the epoxy 2-part this stuff right here mixed with that. It's been highly recommended by a few people. I'm going to of course research that a little more. We've put so much work into the bottom of this boat, I can't bear doing it again. Gives me a little appreciation for you at Sailing Yuba or Yaba. You guys, that's a lot of work.
Sailing shirts.
So we got a couple of sailing shirts from the, is that the Sideways Tavern?
No, Portway.
Portway.
But
Pretty good
they
food.
have a beer named Sideways.
And we earned it after a lot of hours of scraping. Cutting some chunks. Have ready for my fiberglassing little pits in the boat. I've got some various sizes here. I've already done a bunch of these. I'm just kind of showing you how I do them. I get the 105 West System resin, because you can go 2 pumps, and then they've got the pump system. You just go 2 pumps with this pre-mixed, and that's the Hardener 205, the fast. Then you mix it. I'm just doing 2 pumps of each, and then you mix it. One thing you never want to forget is to wear gloves. And you want to keep mixing it for the first probably minute or 2. It'll get kind of bubbly. Seems if you let it sit, bubbles will go away. I usually mix it for a minute or 2. Then you don't have a whole lot of working time with it, but I think it does do better if you don't apply it right away. Maybe let it sit for like a 30 count. But I usually just, by the time I'm actually ready to use it. So this stuff drips easy. Here's a little pit. Probably wouldn't be able to see it. There's a little pit here. I put the tape here because I already know it's going to run and drop off. Sometimes it doesn't if you get just the right amount. So with these pits, you can go your small chunk and get it on there, and then you can go a little bigger and a little bigger. You can go just a little. I'm just gonna, the boat really doesn't even need it, but I want it to be left stronger than I found it. So I'm gonna repair these divots. enough to stick it there. And then I just dab it. Till it's all transparent. You can tell when it's all soaked in. Then I just kind of paint away the excess and prepare the next one. Piece, paint, tape. When we do bigger ones, we'll be back.
Pick a good spot for it to be fast.
My artwork. This is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Pure scrapage. A lot of this boat stuff I definitely do not claim to be an expert at, but something I do claim to be an expert at is sharpening bits and scrapers and drill bits. Because I'm a plumber, I've been doing it for a long time. I'll show you how I do it. There's the blade. You never want to sharpen, of course, this large flat part. You never want to cheese out and do anything but just get the burrs off there, just the slightest touch. Everything's got to be on the hard side right here. And with a file, if you have machinery, of course, do the entire thing. But in my case, you know, you want to do like that bottom 1/8 inch. So if you come down here, and I go towards it, you're likely to cut yourself, but I put a piece of wood here that stops my knuckle. Just a touch on the side. Ooh, dangerous. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, I believe this makes it our 4th weekend. First one we pulled out, got started. Second one, third one. Now we are done with one side. I'm sanding this off. I did some fiberglass. I'm going to sand everything down and put one full coat of just resin as like a shell to protect the exposed fiberglass. And then we'll wait till tomorrow and put on the primer, unless it says to wait longer. So now we've put on 2 layers of the epoxy 235 Americoat. We did it with rollers. We are going to try foam 4-inch rollers this time. I'll tell you how that goes. I heard it from the neighbor boater. We moved our blocks just one at a time. So now that we've done 2 coats of the epoxy primer, we will scrape and prepare where the jacks were and slap some paint on the entire boat for its 3rd coat, and 1 coat will cover those areas, and then we'll probably cover the areas just with 1 heavy coat. We're going to do the stripe first so it covers the overlapping. Then we'll take that off to the end of work. So we're painting the spots so they have 2 coats in the end. Another weekend sacrifice to the boat. I think this is our 5th. Blue stripe. Try to get another coat on that and then get the bottom paint on. We got our through haul nice and new.
Or real slow.
So we put in our transistor for the BNG Vulcan 7 or 9 or 12. It's got the overwater speed transducer. There it is right there. Update, we're on our 6th weekend. Second day of it. We're using 3-day weekends working on it. Here is the side just painted. We did everything but the keel because it's the wettest. We're going to do the other side and then finish on the keel. The other side is at its epoxy stage, gray. So it was epoxied about 2.5 hours ago, and it's tacky, so we're throwing on, excuse me, the paint. I'm debating painting on this Santana sign. What the heck? Yeah. Here we are. This is the color we've chosen. There's half and half. Alright, I gotta get on it. Then I'll show you some other stuff I tried to do. This is cheesy, but through the old through holes, I turned into little conduits for electrical and glued on these inexpensive Five Oceans lights. And we'll see how they work. But man, not too impressed with my work here, but we'll see how it goes. So it's in line with the flow of the boat. It stuck out too far because the other through hulls in my boat are all flush with the hull. This one stuck out and I wasn't expecting that. I should have done something about it, changed them out, done anything, but I went with the old school, just throw them in. Blue is what we went with in the end. It's going to go red, but I don't know. Should I? Dual outboards. It's taking forever to dry. Don't recommend it. We'll see. If in 5 years I turn these lights on, it'll be like, okay, for $50 I freaking score. How often in boating do you get to say, I spent $50 and scored? Just don't happen. Woohoo! After a full day's work, and we're both really sore, looking at this. South Jetty, Port Stevens. Kind of mellow, you just watch the waves come in. Yeah, cool sky. 2 different shades. Well, hopefully you gathered something from this video. The next one we will be splashing and hopefully doing some sailing. On the last weekend here, Nancy and I went to Rogue Brewery, had a beer, which really didn't have any implication on this occurrence, but on our way home, it started dumping on us, rain, and it got real slick, and Nancy ate it on the train tracks, caught her front wheel of her electric bike, broke her wrist in 2 spots, emergency room. I was in the emergency room 2 weekends before that working on the boat because I got a piece of fiberglass on my eye. So be careful, people. Put glasses on, wear your gloves. It's just been a taxing ordeal fixing this boat. But we're very excited to get it in the water. Have a good one. Oh, and here's some pictures to music just to finish the video, starting with Nancy in the hospital after her accident. Have a good one, guys.